What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Nick Williams Show. My name is Nick Williams. I'm an independent filmmaker and producer north of Boston, and today I have a special guest. They're all special, but this one is also special. Equally special, Mr. Josh Kirk from Josh Kirk Films.
Just Josh Kirk. I'm
Josh
Well,
Kirk.
Josh Kirk.
Pull it in.
Okay.
Nice and close. Don't be afraid of it. Yep.
JoshKirk.co.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, .co.uk.
Yeah, I took the M off. I saved you some time.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that. It's efficient.
Yeah, that's
You know?
why I did it. Well, the real Josh Kirk. Like I killed him. No, the guy who actually.
Like I am an alien.
Yeah.
From another, yeah.
Yeah. The guy who has Josh Kirk Films. No, JoshKirk.com. Is like a web designer, and I've threatened him enough to give up that website, but he won't give it up. He's in Ohio. He's a little prick.
Right. I'll work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's like a big news story. JoshKirk.com.
This is a bomb,
Josh, we're kidding. It's not a
bomb
threat.
threat.
Yeah, exactly. So you're a filmmaker. You do some corporate work. You've done some narrative work. I want to have like a good conversation with you. So let's get through the BS of who are you, where are you from, what do you do, that kind of stuff. If you want to, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, all right.
So you're Josh Kirk.
I'm Josh Kirk. I'm 35, and I'm a Pisces. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island, and I am a narrative and commercial writer-director. I also edit and produce.
How'd you get into it? Did you go to film school?
No, I didn't. I just went to high school and barely got out of that one.
Yeah, same. Skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
The loudest, you know, like when they say your name and you're walking across the stage and people are like, oh my God, hey, Josh, whatever. For me, it was all teachers that were like, get out of here and don't come back. You know, that's true. I have video of it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I like look back at it and I'm like, oh man, I had so many people so many teachers just helping me like, hey, maybe you stay after.
That's nice.
They'd always give you a massage on the shoulders too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like you have a case there. I feel like.
You know what? Yeah, dude, it sucked. School sucked, and so I didn't want to ever do that. So I just, I like bopped around a lot. Like I would just do like most of us did, like when you're starting out, like filming weddings, editing weddings.
Well, let's slow down here, kid. So you're from the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
And you're a little bit older. I feel like now, if you're graduating high school now and you don't do anything content-wise, like what do you do? I feel like everybody you know does some form of content.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
I agree, but also the cream kind of rises to the top a little bit. So if you work really hard and if you're doing good,
Logan Paul,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. If you're one of the Paul brothers, you know,
you got a cool show, that
right.
No one likes.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, on the side of filmmaking, did you always know you wanted to do film? And in some respects, or how did you get into that?
Dude, you know what's so crazy? My mom got like these home movies, like put on, MP4s or whatever the fuck. Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, because I do it all the time.
And now you're fired. That was the end of the show.
Fuck.
No. Go ahead.
And I was watching some clips, and it's like so embarrassing to watch yourself younger. But holy shit, I talked about movies all the time. I didn't know that. I thought that was like a thing I got in later. Like, I probably liked movies more in like junior high and high school. But no, apparently I was doing it all the time. And like,
that's cool.
Yeah, and I guess I've always been into movies, but I was always into comedy too. Like I wanted to do stand up for a while, and then realized I was like, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, you have a better looking Seth MacFarlane kind of look a little bit. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just as ambiguously gay as he is too.
Yeah.
He's clearly, I mean, that might be a bad thing to say right now.
No, well, who knows?
Come on.
Who cares? Buddy, no
He should just say it.
No,
I'm outing him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. That's a terrible first
Seth,
10 minutes.
come on now. We all know it's true.
Yeah. And meanwhile, and also Hugh Jackman, maybe
Very
Tom
gay.
Cruise.
Maybe Tom Cruise.
Okay, so definitely Tom Cruise.
Well,
I just see how quickly I folded on that one.
Right.
All right, I guess he's
yeah,
gay.
it's true.
Yeah.
So what I mean is, like, were you making, talking about movies and enjoying movies is great, but when did you start, like, what kind of, who do you think you are to pick up a camera and say, I'm going to film your wedding? You know what I'm saying? Like,
funny.
when did that happen?
Yeah. Dude, I think like most, I don't know if it is most people, but I think so many people like movies start with just liking, like, they like the movies, but they like the characters, and that's their gateway, and they're like, oh, I'll be an actor.
Were you making movies in high school?
No.
So what?
I don't think so. Like shitty things with your friends.
Right. Did you start making films and get paid to do that right out of high school?
No, I think I filmed a couple of weddings in high school. I remember doing that.
You filmed weddings while you were in high school?
Yeah, I remember like senior year, in the summer, I must have filmed a couple.
So how did people know to talk to you? I'm sure maybe it was family or not, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
Why you?
So what's cool is I had a neighbor who's still a friend of mine, Rafay Rashid, name dropping him. And we were huge. He's a musician, but we were both into film. And we'd make like shitty, Final Cut Pro 7 edits of like,
Yep.
Kill Bill parody.
Yes, I love that.
Came out when we were like 13 or whatever.
Sure.
And then we were also friends with McManus brothers, who are directors now in LA, who made like Block Island Sound, Funeral Kings.
Not to name drop too much.
Redux. I'll keep going.
Right.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
And but they're cool. They're awesome. And they had like a wedding company, and they were like, "Oh, how about you two? You guys want to film some?" And we're like, "Yeah." And so
At like 13, 14, 15, whatever?
no, probably by that point it was like 16 or 17.
Oh, okay. So well mature. Yeah.
Yeah. We were hot.
Right.
we were hot, mature boys. And
I got nothing to say about that. Okay, go ahead.
And and we would just do that. And I started to make my own short films. I had like a Sony Handycam, and I started to make So the internet it was a thing, obviously, but you couldn't learn like nearly as much shit as you can on YouTube now. YouTube was just full of like shark attacks.
Yeah.
Chinese guys doing construction
videos. Yeah. Yeah. That kind of
A
crap.
lot of sneezing pandas. That was a big
like
thing.
shit, like you know what I mean? Yeah.
It wasn't helpful. Yeah, I had made it with like a Sony Handycam. Like no one had told me, or I guess I didn't ask. Like, oh, short films can just be 5 minutes. So I made like 4 40-minute short films. I made so many. I can send you the trailers. Then I can send you the.
Send me the link.
So
I don't care.
bad.
I'll watch anything.
Oh, they're bad. Yeah, and then I had then I ended up eventually.
Into the mic.
Sorry. Yeah,
Most
I
important thing. Pretend it's radio. Pretend the cameras aren't there.
That's so funny that I'm just like throwing it away from me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I know. I gotta pretend it's radio. Shit. And I ended up getting like a 7D, and then I made a short film, and then I entered that in some festivals, and I just ended up getting like, you just double on the next one kind of thing. Oh, you get more supporters, you get more friends, you get more whatever.
Why do you think I do this?
Exactly. Yeah. No, seriously. Like that's what's cool about the film community is like even people who aren't in the film community, like singers, dancers, musicians. It's like, oh, I'll do the track for that. I'll do this thing, and it's awesome. So you get more and more and more. So it just ended up compounding and getting bigger. And then I'd done a couple short films that were actually ended up like not my money, someone else's money, which is sick.
In what capacity? You're directing?
So when I would make my short films, it'd be like, oh, I'm paying for all this because it's
No, I understand. But when someone else hired you, what did they hire you for? What position?
No, it wasn't hired. I like would just pitch it to people, and they'd be like, oh, I'll give you $5,000 for it.
Nice. Where'd you find those people?
So one of them was sick. Is this guy Claudio Orefece?
Nice Irish guy.
Super cool Irish dude from Sicily.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Okay.
he's got his green card though. So anyway, but he's the man. He's like in his 60s now, probably, and probably I'm his friend. I don't know what age he is, but
It's okay.
yeah, he had auditioned for I had auditions at the Fet like way back when for like a short film I was doing or a feature, and he came and I was like, this guy's awesome. He's funny. I just liked him as an actor. He reminded me of Alan Alda.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And a bad Alan Alda impression. And then basically
You're a fucking character, huh?
Yeah, sorry.
No, I don't. What are you talking about? Sorry. That's the best kind of people, dude.
You know what's funny? I was on Matt Beltz's podcast. He's a cool dude, and he was just like, "Man, this is an easy one," because we were just the whole time.
Yeah.
We were just off track, just joking.
No, I love it.
Shit, where was I?
Guy.
Oh
from
yeah, Claudio.
Irish Sicilian.
Yeah. So Claudio ended up. Money dropped through because it was me and my friend that were producing it, and it was my friend's drug money and my just normal money.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I'm gonna buy more drugs. I was like, shit.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Please.
Oh man, I really needed that 10K or 5K.
Right.
And then Claudio's like, I told him because I had cast him for the thing, and other people, it was an ensemble.
You start making those phone calls of like, hey, listen.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I had no fucking idea the guy's like a epic businessman millionaire. He's just like, I swear to God, I go, man, so it's not going to happen, but we'll work on something else. He goes, how much is it, blah, blah, blah. And I go, oh, it's this much. He goes, I'll just pay for it. I was like, shit. So Claudio was really cool. He was like someone who believed in me very early, and ended up like financing a feature film, which is like kind of like my student film. It's not a good movie. We all know it. But I made it at like 21 or something. I don't know how old I was. Like 22 probably.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude.
I feel like people are afraid of making a feature film.
It's just a longer short film.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right.
Like I have a friend that like sometimes every now and then will be like, yeah, it's big though. And I'm like, it's not. It's just like 15 or 16 days where we would have done it in 2, you know, for a short film. Just make a longer short film. That's what it is anyway. A scene is a short film. It's like, all right, just make more of those.
That's the way I look at it more, as like this, each scene is a short film. So like make each scene work as its own little story and then put them all together.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. I know. It's so crazy. And it's like, I mean, other than actors' haircuts, you could make a movie over the course of like 2 years.
Nolan did it over the course of a year with just weekends for $6,000.
Oh, The Following, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie's sick. I love that movie.
My point though is that we ourselves as artists like put way more barriers on than like anybody else. If the audience, like, you know, when you finish an edit and you can see like that one little thing that's wrong with it in each take or each shot, and does that look real or whatever else, nobody else was there. Nobody knows how many takes you have.
Yeah.
Nobody knows like anything. They just want to watch a movie.
Yeah, right.
Like I feel like it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good to like care about making it good or trying your best to make it as good as you can.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nobody else can see all the flaws except you. Just fucking make the movie and whatever.
Having said that, how fun would it be to not remember being on set and watch your own stuff and go like, oh, all right.
So I've been watching a lot.
That's cool.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but Amazon Prime, I think they've just been licensing a lot of like early 2000s reality TV. And hearing the difference between a mic that's like, you know, a lapel mic.
That's a crazy.
And hearing an ADR.
Yeah.
And knowing.
Yeah.
Like the same sentence.
Dude, ADR always gets me. In this edit, there's different camera angles, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
What you're doing right now. So
there's 3. Yeah.
So if you see me like editor, if you go to me right now and I'm like, listen, Nick, the diamonds are definitely in the casino. And now cut to Nick. Like, and also we have to go on the second floor. Like,
right.
All right, well that was ADR.
Dude, like completely different. Or you'll see someone like an over the shoulder where like the person who's off screen, you know what I mean, where the shoulder guy is talking and you can see the jaw moving, but either
not the same.
There's nothing happening. Yeah. Nobody picks up on that stuff though. Like people that aren't in film, right? Nobody picks up on stuff like that. It's only like people that do it for a living.
Yeah, yeah. And people say I'm sure they say it to you too. Like anyone who's in film, I think. Watching a movie or a show sometimes with somebody, they go, "Oh, would do you see all what's like? Do you see this thing with it? Do you see that thing with it?" It's like, no. I mean, at the base, I'm watching a fucking movie. But then after a while, there are parts. Even if you see it for a second time or whatever, there are parts where you go, "That explosion's not real."
Right.
And you kind of go like,
right.
"Oh wait, how'd they fucking do that?"
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Or you'll grow up loving a movie and then you go back and watch it 20 years later and you're like, "Oh, wow."
Oh, well, that's the worst, isn't it? Like I just showed my girlfriend The History of the World Part 1 by Mel Brooks.
Love.
It's a sick movie, but there's like some scenes in that I'm just like, oh, wow, that's a weird one. Like, yeah, it's like, dude, what the fuck? I didn't think that was weird when I was 13.
But this is my, well, and now you know, and because of the people around, which this is not an attack on anybody in particular. I'm just saying that like usually there are people whose job it is like continuity and making sure that things aren't there, and so their job is to be on set and point these flaws out. You know what I mean? And like then you go back and watch a movie that you grew up before you knew what that meant.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, look at all these fucking mistakes. But I think the lesson there, or the thing that we should all like realize, is like not to take it too like make the movie, tell a good story.
Yeah, no one's gonna.
You know, obviously do it as best you can, but like the main thing is tell the story. If you get too bogged down in the details and the bullshit, then you don't have anything.
I know. I think that's so funny when people are too. I mean, I hate self-seriousness or when people are too serious about a film or a movie or anything they're doing.
It's so annoying.
Even like as a work of like, you know, art, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like when it's like, oh, it's a movie and it's done and it's flawless. Cool. I'm going to watch it maybe on my phone. Like it sucks. Like
this is why people who are against YouTube shit, I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. Like you're never going to have a career.
It's where things are going. I don't know.
But like there's still, it's like it used to be like an insult. Like, what are you making this for YouTube?
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, 90% of people consume everything, news and podcasts and everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
Billions of views a day, reaching billions of people. Why would you not? So you'd rather 20 people at a festival see your movie as opposed to billions.
No,
okay,
yeah,
that's fine. Cool,
I know
good for you.
It's totally nuts. It's like,
You know, not that I make stuff specifically for YouTube, but people who are like, well, I made a movie and it didn't get into any festivals and I have no idea where to put it. Why would you not put it on YouTube?
yeah, right. Like it's the way the world's going. Like I don't know.
Especially when people are like, well, YouTube's free and like, you know, what if Amazon wants to license it? If Amazon wants your film, they'll call you. They will. They will.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And if you can get it on Prime or if
Then
you
you can
can
also
get
just
it on
take it off,
Tubi,
you know?
but that's what I'm going to say. Right, exactly. So you can just stop. But at the same time, if you're holding back from showing your artwork to other people in the hopes that it makes money, because if it's on YouTube, it won't make money on YouTube. So nobody's watching your shit at all.
That almost reminds me. I've had actors sometimes tell me like, I'll be like, hey, there's this shoot. I can pay this much. It's good money. It's like a fun thing. Blah blah blah. Oh, I can't that day. I'm in acting class. And I go, oh, well, what are you doing acting
Dude,
class
I
for?
love you. I'm so I can't hold it back. Like
well, it's
I'm
so
so happy you're here right
Well,
now.
it's so funny because it's like, well,
It's so ridiculous.
yeah, like what are you going to acting class for? It's like, oh, to be a better actor. Well, what
Right.
do you want to act for? Well, it's to be in commercials and movies eventually.
Right, and
All right.
I'm-
Well, here's a commercial.
Right.
Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Yeah.
Dude, it's insane. I don't understand. Like, I feel like today's society-wise, whatever it is, like people's priorities are so out of whack.
yeah.
So out of. I'm not saying don't go to acting class, but if someone calls you to be in a movie and you cancel because you have acting class,
Yeah. It's nuts.
what
Yeah,
the
it's like, what do you
fuck?
wanna-
I don't
yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah, totally, dude. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get a lot of people that do this, which is weird. It sounds pessimistic, but like I don't know. I think.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. A lot of people have like this. Like, it's so funny that it's like it's a cool mentality, but I think there's like something happening where I think people are afraid to take a lot of risks. That's
Yeah, why? It's
that's a
all
huge
bullshit anyway, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
It's our job. I say this all the time, and I apologize for the people that watch this show. It's all fake. None of it's real,
Yeah.
bro. We
Yeah.
literally, our job, our reason for existing is to convey a certain image that is completely pretend.
Yeah, yeah. It's also
It's completely fake.
Yeah, it's very Mad Men. like your whole thing.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Literally, right outside of the frame are 20 people and a guy with a stick with a microphone on the end of it.
yeah,
None of it's real.
And the set has water bottles all over it.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's not
fucking
as cool.
Starbucks coffee
Yeah.
cups and a Twix wrapper in the corner.
Yeah, dude.
And there's shit everywhere, and there's Apple boxes and big like diffusion screen. None of it's real.
Was
So
that
what
great?
the fuck?
Yeah, I love that line in Curb when he's like, well, Larry's arguing Jerry's like, well, Cheryl was on the plane. And Jerry's like, it's not going to be a real plane.
Yeah.
You're going to cut the plane in half. Like, I find that so funny too when people are like, oh yeah, I got to get this kind of realism or this kind of thing. It's like, right. But also like, again, like where's it? It's so funny that like, I get that if, a lot of people do consider it an art, which is true, it is an art, but like they really want to take it seriously, which is good. And you make a lot of great stuff and you're taking things seriously. But also it's like, read the room. Like it's just, this is going to have 3 trailers before it. And one of those trailers will be like a Mad Max movie. The other one's going to be a comedy and the other one's a horror or whatever. So it's like, just know it's just a fucking movie. It's just a commercial.
Yeah.
It has a purpose. Like a commercial's there to make me want to buy a product. But like, there's the reason I was saying like that people want to take risks.
I want to talk about commercial work with you as well. And I will say that I have a little bit of a different view when it comes to commercial work.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue with.
Well, no, I think I actually I've over the last like decade, I've held commercial work in a higher regard. Whether it be like I read David Ogilvy's book,
Okay.
The Confessions of an Ad Man.
Okay.
It's a weird book. But what's it called? Yeah, I think I love ads, and I love commercials, and I love the idea of like this subliminal seduction that happens in ads. That like whether it be outward, meta, this, that, and the other, it's fun. It's a fun thing to try to convey something while also being creative, blah, blah. Having said that, I do think there's a lot of people in this business that don't want to take risks. And that comes to even like pitching to clients riskier, funnier, crazier, weirder ideas, or even just doing them. Like, hey, let's do a test of this. I do spec ads. Spec ads are wicked fun. Like, I love doing that.
Sure, why not?
Because you have no governor. You just go, I'm just doing this. Let's just see if they like it or not.
Right.
Which is sick. I've gotten business from spec ads. It's awesome.
Sure, why not? I feel like there's also a line of or like a mentality among some people of like, I would do the spec ad, but what if I do something crazy and I insult them, or if they don't like it or something like that? Just turn the
put it on your
camera
portfolio.
on.
Put it on your
Just turn the camera on.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Just do it. Like, what's the issue with just making shit?
Yeah,
People
man.
It's so funny because, like, it's our job to make stuff. And when we're young, 13, 14, with our brothers in the backyard or whatever it is, you do stuff with no inhibition. Like, you're like, no, yeah, and then you're going to cut our sister's head off. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you just film it.
Yeah, how do we do that? No, let's
Right,
figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
And then you use a basketball with a wig. Like, it's like whatever, you know?
yeah.
And you just do it because it's fun. And you're telling a story and you want to have some fun. And then you start to do it professionally. And it's like, no, you can't do that like that. Well, we can't do that. And this is going to take a setup that's going to be like 4 hours. And you can't
Dude,
do
that pisses me right
It's
the
like,
fuck off. Yeah.
Shut up. Turn the fucking camera on and make a movie.
Yeah, dude. That's why I love I love taking, having the crew take time to make something look as pretty as it does. I mean, that's always going to happen.
Of course, dude. But like when it gets in the way of actually making the thing.
Yes. But that's the thing. It's like, that's why I definitely come more from guerrilla filmmaking, where it's just like, well, we got to do this, do that, the other. Dude, just hold the fucking camera in the car. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
See if we can get the
Let's
shot.
do it.
Yeah.
Everything. I hate when everything is a 20-minute discussion.
Yeah,
you know?
I can't do that.
Which is funny because
No,
I podcast for it's part of my.
This is a
But like,
well, that's why good pre-pro comes in. It's like, dude, we're all talking this fucking now, and we get there, it's going to be just military language. Like, all right, you got it. Boom, 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 boom.
yeah, done.
Yeah.
Good. We're
I
just
love that.
executing. That's it. And then
Yeah.
the real painting of it and the artistry, everything, in my opinion, comes in the edit. Where you're like sitting there and you're compiling all of the beautiful stuff that you got on set.
Dude,
you know.
yeah. I love a good editor. I know a couple great ones, and I can edit pretty nicely. But like when you see it edited by someone who's like really amazing, you're like, fuck, didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love editing. That's how I got my start, So like directing, editing, I'm not a DP. You do not want me behind the camera.
No one should put me behind a camera either.
Yeah.
I used to do it, but it's like I don't want to do that.
I know when it's wrong. I have a vision, a clear vision. I know, like, I'm like, no, we got to move it this way. Can we go a little Dutch?
Oh, dude, I
Can
know
we, like,
compositions. I could do compositions, no problem. But
Right.
the second someone's like, well, the lighting's different, I go, listen, I have to go.
Yeah.
I have a doctor's appointment,
Yeah.
and I got to get out of here.
Listen, my phone is ringing. A very important call.
Yeah.
No, I'm very similar. I like to make stuff. I really do. What I want to ask you. So you went from being 16 doing someone's wedding. How did you get into working with pretty decent sized brands? Because you work with some pretty decent sized brands.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm very lucky.
It's not luck, dude. You work hard. There's no way you don't work hard.
Oh no, I definitely do. There's definitely both. Yeah, but I gotta always appreciate that. Like, there's something going on.
Right.
Like, I don't know what happened.
Well, you're such an asshole. I mean, I don't know why
such a
anyone
bad
would work
guy.
with you. You're
Yeah.
a horrible human. No, you're very nice.
I gave you that book
obviously.
on Mussolini. Did you read
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. No, I did. I added it to my collection of. Yeah, it's right next to the Stalin one. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I like bopped around companies doing like freelance stuff or whatever way back, and I ended up like even being a video producer for a poker company, like live stream poker events at like.
So I guess where I'm going with it is like there's a
Oh,
lot
how
of.
did I get into like ads more?
But like how was it Craigslist? How did you reach out to these people? Like where
No,
did
no.
you know what I mean?
No,
because I
so-
feel like that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest concern for filmmakers is not necessarily the physical doing of the work, but just even getting in contact
Yeah, right.
with people is to some people it's like
Well, it's
a
sick.
whole other language.
It's definitely case by case. But so I was at Animus Studios for a while, about like 6 years. And they're awesome. I love Animus
Doing
Studios.
what?
Copywriting. I was like a copywriter and director. That was like mainly what I did. I also edited sometimes too and produced sometimes, but it was mainly a lot of like writing and directing. And it's a sick company. And we did a good amount of narratives, but then it's focusing more into like pharmaceuticals.
Oh,
and,
okay.
talking heads kind of stuff, which is cool, but like it's not my bag. So I got a lot of experience commercial directing through that, and some of my portfolio was that work.
Sure.
And what was sick too is it's a bomb.
Right? We just explode randomly.
Oh,
I
shit, Nick.
apologize for that.
No. So yeah, I was with them for a while, and then I started to get my own clients just from like let me think of how that started. I know that like things like At Scale, that's Animus, and then when I transitioned out of Animus, it would be like no joke, like referrals from like so Animus would get something, and then be like, oh, well, they don't do really narratives anymore. And Justin, who's one of the owners of Animus, would be like, dude, this is like right up your alley. Like, you want to pitch these guys? And I go, yeah, I'll pitch them. And I ended up getting like Ami, which is like a wearable AI. I ended up getting that as a business just from like a referral. And then from Ami, like Triumph, like which is a skill-based gambling app. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah, I saw your ad for that. You have there's people that I've worked with in that ad.
Yeah, they're all great.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's awesome.
that's a great. I love that ad. I've submitted that ad to a couple festivals too. But yeah, like that's a referral from Mommy, and then like a law firm, and then that one goes to it's crazy that more of my clients are recommended from other clients, more so than me just headhunting. Like where,
sure.
But then there's the other end of it too. Like Gansett, we just literally made that for them, and then they were like, "This is sick."
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do another spot for 'em.
When you're doing spec stuff, how do you decide what company you want to do a spec ad for, and what's your? There has to be some sort of strategy regarding, like, obviously you want to make it good, right? But then also, what do you do with it after? So you make a spec ad for a random company. What's your process like for that?
Yeah, so like the Gansett one is an easy story to tell because
go for it.
that one I was just like, well, I've never written it out. I don't like really think of companies and then go, well, I can. Like if someone was like, hey, this is a company, do you want to write an ad for it? I'm like, yeah, I can, just give me a day. But sometimes it just comes to like down to an idea of just being like, I'll just have a random thing of like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if it was just like somebody just saying the thing over and over again, like Old Spice, and they just keep doing it. And then one of the actors is scared and confused with the ad, like not understanding it. And then you can be meta that way. And then also by that approach, you can also mention and show the ad a bunch of fucking times. So you're cheating. You just keep saying an ad, which is brand awareness.
Right.
So there was kind of like a Trojan horse idea I had. And then I was like, oh, you know, it'd be fun for that. It's not really their brand because they're more like Jaws. You know, they love Jaws stuff and surf stuff, I guess. But I was like, oh, just do it for Gansett. They're a local company. We know people at Gansett. Let's just send it to them just as a, fun gesture of goodwill.
Sure.
Because I want to do more stuff with them. And yeah, and they were like, this is fucking crazy.
Right. Sure. Well, so then what happens from there? They're like, oh, we'll give you $500 for it. You know what I mean? Like, what's the whole?
Yeah, that's the worst part about like if you're doing a spec ad. You're not gonna unless there's like graphic treatments or other things they want to do. They're not gonna like pay for it. You already made it.
Right.
So it's like and also it's shitty to go, yeah, we made this. We'll remove the watermark if you give us $10,000.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
It's like a
I totally
hostage.
agree.
Like we made it
because then you're starting from a point of douchebaggery.
Yeah, I'm immediately a guy with watches in my coat.
Exactly.
It's not cool.
As opposed to, I'm an artist. I thought of this idea. I think it's kind of funny. Here you go.
Yeah, I always look at it like the Danny Ocean. You know the Ocean's 11 movies. You know those fun movies.
Yeah, they're great.
the 11, awesome. 12, not great. 13, awesome. But I always looked at it like, no joke. It's a stupid thing to say, but Danny Ocean and all those movies, even the Frank Sinatra one, was always like, yeah, this guy would be like, oh, I'm out $30,000, and he'd be like, well, we'll make it $100,000, and like give him more stuff. So it's just like if you just try to charm and be nice and over deliver at the start, then it's like you're setting this awesome precedent that is like, oh, well, he's not some dumb grifter. Also, he has cool ideas, and also apparently he cares about our company.
Right, and then on top of that, if there are specific things that they would normally need to have in an ad, they're more likely to call you and say, we like that spec that you did. Let's do this. We have to include these things. And now we have a budget. Now we can call you up. Now you can put something together and actually do something cool.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, man,
nice.
What's crazy is like I've noticed more and more because I'm a writer-director and I don't really make docu-style stuff. Not that I don't like it. It's just that everyone in the fucking world is doing it. Like there's if you look at like stuff that's happening right now in like New England or Rhode Island even, there's a lot of amazing ads. But a lot of those ads are like a woman's hand sweep going through barley. And then like a couple on a beach. Yeah. And it's all just these
sandals.
It's all great. It looks so fucking good. But it's all kind of, to me, it's kind of like melding together. And it's not a lot of
Well, there used to be like, and I noticed this too with like the Super Bowl and stuff. You know, like there's Super Bowl ads are cool because they tell a story.
Yeah, they have to.
It's like a little mini movie, and you're spending $25 million on that one little 30-second spot.
Yeah.
And I think there's a skill. There's definitely a skill to telling a story in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so cool, man. I love that.
It's very cool.
That's so true. You're so right. It made me a better storyteller. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm sure there's a lot of like, get to the point, you know? Like, just like do it. Like, what is it? How quickly are you saying the brand name?
That's so true.
It's very important. Dude. Yeah. It's extremely, so if like, because especially if you're a narrative filmmaker and you're thinking of making features and, a 2-hour movie or an hour-and-a-half movie, whatever it is, you have an hour and a half to tell your story. If you're making commercials, and I don't mean like the black and white with the lady holding the bowl, 7 bowls with the phone on the thing, and then she drops everything, and it's not like those 90s commercials.
Oh, the infomercials?
Infomercials.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, are kind of coming back. They're kind of cool.
I would love
from
to
a
make
nostalgic
it. I'd love to make a fake one.
Yeah, exactly. But to hire people, cast it, have a whole thing the same as you would with a feature film or a short film. Whatever. Now it's 30 seconds, and we got to tell this story in 30 seconds, and people have to remember it and enjoy it and like it,
dude.
And
I
I feel like it's interesting. Old Spice. Did you work for Old Spice?
No, I wish, because their branding is very much like one of my wheelhouses.
So they did a commercial. Sorry,
One
Old
of my
Spice.
wheelhouses.
I would also love to work with you, but I have a point that I'm trying to make here. Okay, so Old Spice does this thing with they have the black guy.
Yeah,
Right.
That's the character name.
I don't know what his name
No,
is, but
I know.
you know, if I said, you know, they have the guy.
They have that jacked hot guy.
They have the jacked hot black guy. Yeah. Anyway, but
That's funny.
they have that guy who's Old Spice, and they have all like they do these very intricate. What they did for a while, I don't know if they still do. But they did these very
the set
intricate
roll-ins and
set
stuff?
changes
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like it's cool the first time, I would say. I'm very opinionated. I told you.
Oh, because then it becomes, I know what you mean. It becomes like just,
It's a gimmick now.
Yeah.
Now it's like a thing like, oh, they're changing the set around.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, they're doing this and that. And it's like one take, one shot, one guy, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
which is
fine.
like, you have to, it's plate spinning, because now you got to do 2 plates, and now you do 3 plates.
Right.
It's just going to get better
And
each time.
exactly. It always has to be better.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about storytelling ads is that like it's not about good or bad, except on the story level. Is the story level good or bad? So you can take you take the product, whatever it is, or the service or whatever you're doing, and you have this little ad, this little movie that you've made, and it's not about, because those ads become about the gimmick that's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes total sense, dude.
So it's like extremely difficult to compete with something like that, and the ads aren't that good after the 5th one.
Dude,
know?
I couldn't agree more. I think it's so fun, like writing ads. I've gotten to, like, I don't know, I've gotten to this kind of like, I don't know, trend, or I don't know what you call it, of just like wanting to, it's so weird to say this, but like, it sounds pretentious almost, but like, there's some kind of fun psychology about ads, and you can break down so many ads and why they work psychologically into someone, right? You're like, oh, well, that's pulling on heartstrings, or this is making me laugh, or this is so absurd that I'm going to remember it. But I feel like there's like things we're going to tap into more and more as advertising gets, older and older, where it's like, oh, wait, this is a new kind of ad, like a different, I know in companies I've worked for things I've done, there's a lot of trend chasing, but I'm just so obsessed now with like, man, we got to think of what's the next thing before it comes. Like, 'cause I love.
So I have a take on this actually, to a certain extent anyway. I want to know how do you feel about AI?
I can tell you as like a tool to help people, like maybe spell check or fucking trim clips or whatever. But
I don't know if you're like a toilet Instagram scroller like the rest of the world.
well, you see it all the fucking time.
Well, but also Google just released literally
I
yesterday,
literally was looking it up on the way here.
the one where they say we can talk.
What's it called? It's like
VO3 or
3,
something.
yes.
Right. Okay. So I think it's very interesting. My take on this whole thing is that AI is going to take over a lot of ad stuff.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Completely.
But
I'm gonna kill myself.
you're not. And let me explain why. So here's the thing. Now it matters a lot less if you're not that there's anything wrong with this, and everybody needs to start somewhere, but I say this because people give you shit. Like, I'm very opinionated, but I have a point. Like, believe me. If you're 18 years old and you can buy a little, I don't know, a little camera, whatever it is, Blackmagic, whatever, or whatever, right? Not like expensive.
Yeah.
But the quality of products out there in cameras is pretty good now, I would say. So anybody can get into this industry, but AI is going to become very cheap, and so a lot of businesses will go that direction. And then
They'll have people in house that will just be
clicking
AI.
a button, they type out a thing, and the prompt, and then there's your ad.
It'll be Judy,
right?
that bitch.
Exactly. Yeah. Fucking Judy.
Fucking Judy and her AI.
My point, though, is that now people like us, and this is going to sound pretentious, but I mean, anybody can be like us, just work as hard as we do. But people like us, now we become the commodity. Like, we become the thing that's like, oh, you're real.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, I hope it's that way. Yeah.
Well, why would it not?
Well, I don't know, because I think a lot of people, like we were talking about how a lot of people, especially in ads or general audiences, couldn't give a fuck about certain artistry or certain skill-based things you can achieve. So they kind of can just be won over by going like, oh, cool, it's another Dawn commercial with a CGI duck.
Think about how pretentious people can be, though.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, no, you are right.
I'm saying, think about it now. Seriously, think about it. Think about how many people will give you like when you talk about coffee. You know?
Yeah.
Arabica versus
Oh,
whatever.
you mean we'd be like more the what is it? Not bespoke. What is that? When like a movie theater is it's niche or something.
Sure. But like
it'd be a lot less of us.
it
I'll tell you that
becomes a
much.
thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like real people made this. Okay, wow, I want to watch that.
Yeah. Oh no,
You know,
of
like
course.
that's a thing. That'll be nice.
Well, I what I found so crazy when I was watching that too, I was going like, man, I don't like this heat on the back of my neck I'm feeling, from that being made, right? Because obviously it's going to be, there's going to be more competition.
It's such an easy sales pitch to me too.
Yeah.
And I have a sales background, whatever. So for me, I look at it from the perspective of if someone's like, well, I could just punch it into a computer and do AI. If I was on a sales call or a consult, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. I would say, well, then why am I here?
No, I know. Well, that's the craziest thing too. It's like if AI just keeps doing this, why doesn't it just eat our dinner too?
Right.
Like, that's the craziest thing. Why doesn't it just fuck my wife and then kill
Like,
me in the bathroom?
Like why? But like why am I here? Because I'm real.
Yeah.
That's easy.
No, you are right.
Like that's nice.
I know, but what I'm afraid of is also just how crazy things are with businesses being as competitive as they are and how no one makes any fucking money, that they could go, well, yeah, I love the idea of real, and they could even be sold by that, but still go, real cost $50,000 for you to be here for 2 days. This costs $5,000. So that sucks.
Sure.
That I hate that it'll undercut us like crazy.
Maybe, but also I feel like we're gonna have to be right. I don't know, dude. Right now, like you're not wrong, but right now everybody can do anything.
Oh yeah,
right.
Definitely.
And
which is
with the TikTok, the people setting up the phone, like that trend of like my ad is not really an ad. It's a thing
what is
that
it called?
I'm
UGC or something. I forgot the. There's so many fucking acronyms in advertising, but yeah, it's this. It's a content creator, and they're going, I just got this fucking.
You don't even know it's an ad till like 10 seconds through, and you're like, this is totally fake.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
I just hit a dog on the road. Somebody called the.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So my point though is like it's a lot easier to give that person a couple $100 and say promote my product, but you're not concerned about that right now. But then when it comes to AI, people get really concerned. My point is that it's all just a trend.
Yeah,
it's
I
all
hope so.
bullshit.
I hope so. Yeah. I'm with you on that. I really do. And also, if we could, yeah, I wish AI was like a physical thing. So then we could, there'd be some weird paramilitary group that attacks it.
Sure. I think where I'm going with it more is like understand it, learn what it is, use it as a tool, like you said, and then learn to adjust.
Oh, dude, it'll definitely.
Adapt.
Yeah, I think the best way to look at AI or the future of AI, it should literally just be the R2D2 and C3PO of like how we do shit. You're still Han, you're still Luke or Leia.
Yeah.
Go out and do cool shit.
Yeah.
But you have a cool fucking shiny buddy that can talk to you, and so you're not lonely.
Sure. Nothing will ever. You have to think of it this way: everything that exists is man-made.
Yeah.
Except for stuff that was here before us.
Magic.
Right. Magic. Well, men.
Goblins. Trolls. Dragons.
Thank you for joining us. And next week we'll be but like you know what I mean? Like it's
my nose just starts bleeding.
Right. I just completely glitched totally. Break the simulation.
He said he had to.
Okay. Oh my God! Wow, those planes.
In the
are getting
Ambassador
close to the tower.
Hotel, Sirhan.
Right.
It's another podcast. For
Yeah, that's another one that's like totally bullshit.
Dude, the CIA definitely. Well,
they kill everybody. What do you mean,
dude? I honestly, anytime I'm in front of a camera, I want to say this. But CIA, you can recruit me as a spin doctor.
A spin? Okay, I see. You'll create
how it works.
I
will create. There's 3 cameras here.
You'll create the Sirhan.
I will create. No, I won't create the
idea
remote. Yeah, but I will create the story.
Right.
I can subterfuge. I have a big background in that as a copywriter and as a filmmaker, director, whatever you want to call it. I can make false flag operations, reasons to go into countries, to economic destabilization. I'm your guy.
Yeah, I mean, with this administration currently, it's kind of all about like isolationism.
Yeah,
so like you might
want
to wait. Might want to wait till Clinton gets in there or something.
I will keep my mouth shut. I know what happens to people who go against the company and the firm. Not me, buddy.
Yeah,
I read
the agency.
I read Alan Dulles' book. All right.
Okay, and pitch.
So
complete.
they know I'm one of the guys.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want them to be.
Or whatever you want me to be.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You want to wear a dress? I'll wear a dress.
Right there it is.
Like, what?
Right.
What does that mean?
I love it. No, I think it's great, dude. So what do you want to do? Like, are you happy with where you're at and you're just coasting till you die? Do you have
Dude, that
dream-
sounds nice.
Do you have dreams and aspirations to grow to be something different than you currently are? Like, where are you at? There's no wrong answer. I'm asking.
No,
about you.
yeah. I mean, I think, in commercial world where I'm going to is more, definitely still commercial directing and writing, but creative director. I'm doing that actually right now with a company, Coffee Milk Productions in Providence. They're awesome. Mac Olink, shout out.
Nice.
And but narrative world, I will always write scripts and try to make feature films. I have literally 4 feature film scripts, and and they're all different genres.
Need a producer?
Yeah, dude, seriously, honestly,
Send me stuff.
I need
if
a
I like
producer.
it, I'll produce it.
Dude, also I need somebody to connect me to people who just have money. That's the whole thing. It's just like, hey,
So,
if you have money,
Yeah,
give-
if you have
give
money,
me
here's
your-
the pitch.
give
All
me
right,
your
all
money.
right. Listen, hear me out. So for me, I'm more of like how do we, not that we don't need money, right? But we don't need money. So like, how do we do something? How many
that's awesome,
favors
yeah.
can we call in?
Awesome, yeah.
And
Speak my language.
yeah. Well, sure, but also like, I'm way more interested in talent over how much funding you can get for something.
Yeah, that's
Right?
awesome.
So for me, I look at it from the perspective of like, okay, if you're like, dude, I have had this script sitting on my desk for 10 years and I really like it, but we need $500,000. I'm like, yeah, let's do it for 50K.
Yeah, no, but I
know what I
agree.
mean?
I totally agree. But my also problem is how the hell do we get to the 50K? That's the one thing I have trouble with.
But if you start with the number 50K as opposed to $500,000,
oh, of course, yeah,
it's
way
like
better.
way more achievable.
Yeah, I have a gun. We could rob a bank, people,
Jewelry store.
students in a quad.
Let's go high ticket. You know what I mean? Students, no money.
It'd be,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Good point.
Right,
Good point.
right, and we're back to no money. No, but like, you know what I mean though. Like I'm very inspired by backstories of like Tarantino with movies.
He's got the coolest backstory.
Right, but even
But
still,
also, how
like
the
it's
fuck
like,
did he get Lawrence Bender to get him that much money? That's insane. That part is insane.
that to me is like beyond where I'm at. The guy had a vision to make Reservoir Dogs for $50,000.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He got the money, once
gonna
Harvey
shoot in black
Keitel
and
got
white
on
too.
it.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the filmmaker.
Yes.
The other stuff is like extra, and it's nice. But if he didn't get that, he still would have made
still would've
Reservoir
made it.
Dogs, and he
Yeah.
would have made it for $50,000.
Yeah.
So it's like I just feel like there's a culture among filmmakers in general of like, I would if I blah blah blah, and it's like, but you have the camera and you have tons of friends who are always on set.
yeah.
Why not just fucking make it?
I
What are we
always
doing?
say to my friend Andy, who's a lot of my narrative work. Andy Druckmann is a cinematographer.
Awesome.
Great friend of mine, yeah. And he does great work. I mean, you look at that stuff, it's amazing. And he's out in LA right now.
I've met so many cool cinematographers doing the show and doing other stuff.
That's
Like,
awesome. Yeah, cinematographers are the
really
coolest.
cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool. They all have a different vision. They
But
all have
audio
different things
guys,
they want to do.
no, I'm kidding.
I have no, fuck off. No, I have like one. I have
Buck St. Thomas.
one audio person. You know who you are, Brian Collins. I love him. I literally because he just does his job. Anyway, tell me your story about the cinematographer.
Oh,
Brian,
yeah.
you're amazing. I love you. Go.
Where was I going with that one? Oh, Andy Druckmann. That's why I wanted to mention to you is that Andy's the man because not only is he a great cinematographer, but when a project he's passionate about, he'll co-produce it. You know, I mean, he'd be like, dude, I fucking got this set. Don't worry, I got this, I got that thing.
Yeah.
He's great, and you need killers like that. And me and him
Yeah.
are trying to get whether it be we're trying to get like one of my lowest cost feature films off the ground. Like, hey, let's just film a couple scenes. Let's do this thing. Let's do that thing. He's the one who we're always talking, going like, dude, we're great, but we need at least 2 more of us to like make a good movie. You need like 2 more of like killers, like people that like, oh,
Well, you need people
just
who
said.
aren't afraid to be told no. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Like I don't give a shit. Like I call people like.
Yeah,
I'm
people aren't afraid of
I hate
rejection.
talking about myself,
Yeah.
but I gotta say, I have no problem calling people, and like we just said right before we started rolling, like I have no problem calling people.
Yeah.
I'm 31, but I could be 50, and I'll still be like, "Hey, student film, no problem. Got no money. Can we do it anyway?"
Yeah,
you know.
that's
Or
sick.
I'm very big on asking for forgiveness rather than permission.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
when it comes to filmmaking, not like when it comes to
Not
filmmaking,
Moira.
right?
Yeah, that's
but
cool, man.
You
I
know what
totally
I'm saying?
agree. I couldn't agree more. Yeah,
It's like I want to
think-
make this movie. That's the only thing I care about.
dude. But
So-
there's so many people that have like, well, you're in the minority. Like, there's not many of
But
you.
that's why I'm
guys.
successful. That's
Yeah,
why I make
yeah.
a shitload of money. Go ahead. It's true. It's the
awesome.
truth.
No, but like,
And I don't mean to say that to be cocky, but like, if you want to be like me, just act like I do. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like
just
very.
don't be afraid is a big
Yeah,
thing.
like I have no. Dude, we're all just. Dude,
You know what's a
if
good
the
tactic?
power grid went down tomorrow, we're all a bunch of naked monkeys walking around with our hands. You know what I mean? Like, we have no fucking idea. It's
Well,
all
yeah.
bullshit. So just go out there and just do it. You know?
If it does go down tomorrow, I'm already prepared. I got a bunch of stuff.
That's nice.
My
Yeah, I got a
dad was
buddy
a-
in New
my dad was a
Hampshire. He's got an
prepper.
arsenal. If there's like, if
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
a zombie apocalypse, I'm good.
I
Like, I'm
live on
good.
the east side of Providence, where I guarantee you nobody else is a prepper or anything like that. So
Sure.
I will be like, I'm going to be Lord Humongous in Mad Max. I will
Okay,
control that
okay.
area with an iron fist.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna rule, there's only one way to do it.
yeah. Fuck, what was I talking about? Sorry, I got distracted again.
You were talking about your buddy in LA who's a cinematographer who co-produces for you.
Oh no, that's it. No, that was the point. That like and
Killers
killers.
just doing it, being a killer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
When
like,
you say be a killer, what do you mean? Because I feel like
yeah, I know.
It's,
It's such an '80s expression, by the way.
wicked,
I'm using
dude.
it in
Like
a
you're
total.
so young,
Yeah,
and then you're
yeah.
very old,
I know I'm wicked old, dude. I say
I love
I
being old
I
too,
still
though.
say radical and gnarly like all the time.
dude.
All the time. People are like, "Are you a Ninja Turtle?"
Yeah, I say things. Oh, dude, I have so many idiosyncrasies about me where people are like, "You swear you're 31 because you could be 70."
Yeah,
like,
no,
well,
I do. I can't. I always tell my girlfriend, I can't wait to get like 60 when I'm gonna start dressing like Mark Twain.
I can't help myself, so I apologize. But you know what we should do? We should do like you give that. What's that guy from the? Is the X-Files?
It's Brad Pitt. You're talking about Brad Pitt again, right?
No.
All right, Giant Depp.
Not you got it right. There you go. No,
No,
but
X Files.
not the X-Files. Not the X-Files. It's the fucking the black and white. The
Rod Serling, dude.
There you go. You give me those vibes a little
Well,
bit too.
I'm really lucky that I have good dictation. My voice sounds.
do.
I pronounce things pretty proper. I
You have
think.
no accent whatsoever.
No, dude. I fucking. I hate when you see people in New England who like. I feel like it's code switching or something like that. They'll be like, "Yeah, I want to go to the bar by the harbor." And you're like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah, like, dude. Like,
Well, that's the end of my show. See you later.
yeah,
Just
like
kidding.
it's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
well, no, it's like I understand a little bit of an accent, but like we're not in the town. Like, what is
Right.
this?
No. Oh yeah. When they really lean in.
When they lean
Yeah.
in, it really gets me.
Yeah. Well, but I will say, and I gotta be honest with you, I feel like people do it in all different walks of life. Like, tell me you
no.
haven't seen filmmakers start talking to other filmmakers, and all of a sudden they have like this like. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
talk like a filmmaker. You know what I mean? Well,
Yeah.
I really think that.
Well,
the,
I think that yeah.
it's really one of those
Dude,
things where
That's why I'm afraid to get interviewed at any kind of or Q&A at any kind of film festival. Everybody that says something has this really great like. Well, I thought the satire of the different levels of the metaphor.
yeah,
And
I'm like,
just
I thought the thing looked really good.
I'm like, dude, you see that fucking car?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
That was sick.
That's exactly how.
Yeah, it's
like
not
I
good.
hate the pretentiousness. It's like
Yeah.
such a gatekeeping mentality. I hate that.
Yeah, it sucks. It does suck. Well, that's why when I think like I think the best people in this business have it sounds so weird, but like a surfer mentality where they're just like, it's fucking like a lot of shoulder shrugging. Let's go fucking do it.
Sure.
I love
so
that.
yeah, well, I feel like okay, that's very interesting that you say that because I agree with you on set. And people who know how I am on set are going to be like, what? Because I'm a psycho. Like, I'm like, no, this is the way we're doing it. Like, it's militant. You know
That's
what I mean?
good. I know that. I love that. Mix militant with surfer, and you got the best filmmaking crew
That's
ever.
what it
it's
is.
pirates. You have to have pirates.
Right. Like, one side of it, I'm like, and then the other
Yeah,
side
yeah.
of it, I'm like, dude, it's just a movie. Like,
Well,
it's
it
not a big
needs to be
deal.
controlled. Like, I mean, if it's not, you see just a bunch of people doing behind the scenes photos, and it's fucking ridiculous.
It's true.
So, like, what's great is Ben Heald.
Dude.
Shout out
Total,
Ben Heald.
in another life, he like won the world surfing championship. Like he,
Yeah, dude.
To put
Yeah.
that mentality, like he's very,
But he'd be right
he's
at home.
chill.
Yeah, but he's also like, dude. Honestly, he's like that again. Like that. It's weird that I usually for filmmaking somehow have like naval analogies. I guess because it's a boat. You know, you're going somewhere. All the people, blah blah blah. Metaphor. But I will say that the best
Subconscious, blah blah blah. Yeah.
so subconscious.
Right.
I will say that the best crewmen and actors are like I said, like pirates, like where they can operate on a ship and get us all not kill each other while we're on this big journey, but also that are like down enough to be like, some of my favorite actors in the world are the ones that I'm like, all right, let's just fake kind of hit into that thing. I go, I'll fucking really hit into it. You're like, all right. It's like,
Sure.
They just really want to do it, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I have a tendency, and I don't know what it is. You know, it's not even like just during like an emotional scene, but just in general. Like, I have a tendency to kind of be like, hey, like, are you? I mean, I'm trying. Like, I'm trying to be like
Oh, wow.
respectful.
That's nice. I don't do that at all. I wish I did. I got to do it more.
No, with crew, I'm always like, what? Yeah, get over there. Put the fucking sandbag over there. All right,
funny.
we'll talk about why after. Just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like
That's
very, because it's like we don't have time. Not everything
Yeah.
has to be. Not every setup has to be 25-minute conversation. Right?
Yeah.
With actors though, it's like I know I really. I just yelled at everybody to make you look good. So I need you to be in the headspace of like actually doing your job.
Yeah.
So I do have a tendency to be like, hey, are we cool with this or whatever? And a lot of them laugh at me. They're like, really? You're gonna whisper with me and you just fucking ram that guy out? You know what I mean? Or whatever.
That's pretty funny.
But I do get that too from a lot of actors who are like, no, just do it. No,
That's
you
the
can
best
slap
ones.
me. Just slap me right in the face.
I love those ones. The ones that are just
That's cool.
excited to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
And I've also worked, I don't know if you have or not, no names, nothing crazy, but like I've also worked with actors who think that they're getting invited to the fucking Met Gala next week.
Yeah.
And
that sucks.
I'm like, dude, you realize like you've never done anything.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
No, that's why I like to
How
keep
about you're fired and I'll do your job?
give me that wig.
Yeah, give it to me. I can fit into that dress. I'm on Atkins.
It
so
just doesn't make any sense in the scene.
none whatsoever. It's just
no.
me in a dress.
Yeah, dude.
Sundress. With a big sun hat. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I always like to keep it funny on my sets because we're going somewhere, but
Yeah, but if you're doing a scene where it's like you're at a funeral and everybody just died,
yeah,
whatever.
No, but even that sometimes I'll be like, I'm probably terrible about certain actors' headspaces because I'll be like, all right, cool, and we're anyway. Like I don't really
fair
prep
enough.
anyone up.
No, keep
but
it
also,
light.
like having said that, like look at my body of work. There's not a lot of crying in it. You know what I
True,
mean? That's
you
the
would
thing.
do keep it very light.
Well, dude, I always look at it like there's like a billion. I mean, you look at the film festival circuit. Like if there's a billion.
Why does everyone go negative on their first film? Is it me or do people make
you mean like
their
why it's
first
sad?
movie? They write sad. They write
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they think
funeral, dead parents.
they think it's dramatic, and that dramatic. It holds more currency than comedy in this world. Like
Really, I disagree.
look at the.
I feel like good comedy is like platinum.
Oh no, of
Platinum.
course, yeah, I
You
agree.
know?
I think that way too. But like, I also think we're the outliers. I think that you can see it all the time in film festivals. There's always a drama category. There's very rarely comedy categories, and if there are, they're usually policed by people who aren't that funny. So that sucks too.
Sorry, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not going to include that.
You know what's good in edit? Just put over that
Right.
like Italian guys.
Right? No, I'm Italian. Just leave. Fuck off. What do you mean?
It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's the Swedes. They're the fucking the
Oh,
arbiters
dude.
of humor over here. Go ahead.
That's true. Germans.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like I think like there's enough people trying to be serious and trying to say something with a big message where it's like, I don't need to crowd that ship. Like, I'm just going to do this stuff. It's not to say that all my stuff's comedy. That's not true either. Some of my stuff's action, some of it's horror, some of it's this, that, and the other. But I'm not going to write a scene where a guy is crying in his dad's fucking arms. It's not going to happen.
Right.
I just don't want to.
Well, you haven't felt the need to yet. You don't have.
No,
like,
I
you don't
don't.
have. You don't have that.
I don't
It's
care.
not. It doesn't fit the story. I'm sure if it fit your story, you'd put it in there. But like,
yeah, exactly. I'm pretty Also, that's a big thing too. I don't really have like a certain genre I stick with. I love genre hopping. I love writing all different stuff. But it's also like, I don't want anyone. Here's the thing: is I don't want anyone to leave anything I've ever watched. Like if it was a movie theater, I don't want someone to leave and go like, that was like clever, or that was like poignant, or that was really meaningful. I'd rather be like, that was a good movie, or that was entertaining, or that was
same.
fun.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
like it's weird. It's almost like a comedian trying to be smart. It's like, well, how about you be funny first, and then you can be smart.
Yeah, don't get. Everybody tries to get meta with everything.
Yeah.
Off the bat, and it's like, why? Why can't you? Whatever happened to just telling a story?
Because being perceived as like intelligent is way better to them as being perceived than as funny or anything else. Where
Yeah,
it's
but
just
I feel like the best films, like when you have a good film, that to me is the most intelligent.
yeah. Oh, of course. Like, yeah. I mean, the least pretentious films in the world are usually the coolest ones. Like, it's so weird that like Pulp Fiction, you have that poster right there. Like, I love Pulp Fiction. I mean, so many filmmakers probably grew up with Pulp Fiction the same way I did. And it is such a fun movie of like riding this great line of like art house, but also like completely commercial. Like it's so funny. It's just such a mind fuck.
Well, it's shot art house, but the story's commercial.
and
it's
it's fun. The dialogue's fun and it's inviting. It's all the things that a movie should be.
Yeah, I want a sense of escapism, and for me, I feel like when I watch a movie, right? Like I don't want it to be about a fat white guy with a beard.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Manchester by the Sea got all this big reviews.
So I did like Manchester by the Sea, but then people like obsessed over it, and I was like,
Well, dude,
Okay.
here's the funny thing. Every rich person I know is like, did you see Manchester by the Sea? I was like, yeah, I know 5 of those guys. I don't want to fucking see this.
Well, okay, so this is what I was going to say, and correct me if I'm
from
wrong.
New England.
But I feel like a lot of people, and by the way, Manchester by the Sea,
It's not
pretentious as fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
There's
not
no
very New
heroin
England,
addicts
yeah.
there. It's all kids crying over the wrong color BMW they got for the 16th
Should be
birthday.
Suffolk by the shore.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Yeah, like Brockton. Okay, all right, there you go.
Oakland Beach.
Yeah, exactly. No, so I feel like real life, not to get all down in the dumps, but real life is sad enough. Like
Dude.
there's enough bullshit. So like when you're telling a story and you really like think about it. I think about it this way. Imagine you're with a group of friends sitting around like a fire on Salisbury Beach, right? And you're like, dude, did I tell you what happened last weekend? And you tell them a story about people they don't know, but it was really cool. And they're like, dude, that's so cool.
I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. Yeah.
Right. That's a movie. to
Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah.
Right? The telling of the story. It's just being told in a different way.
Yeah.
You don't sit around with all your buddies at a fire on the beach and go, I'm really depressed.
And then
nobody does that.
And then she tried to kill herself.
Right.
And then he tried to kill himself because the kids died in the fire.
It's like in a film, if that was a scene, the whole conversation goes silent after that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I guess
Nobody gets up and claps for that, Like, it's like, what the fuck are you talking
and
about?
it's different strokes for different folks. It depends
Sure.
on what kind of bonfire you want to be at. But like in the short
Watch
time,
next week, I'll have drama. Fucking
some asshole
Yeah,
wearing
right,
some,
exactly.
some guy wearing a soccer jersey
Yeah. Go ahead.
talking about like European films.
Right.
I love European films. That sounded weird.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like them because they're so different. You know what I really like?
I just watched The
kind of
Samurai
into?
again for the fifth
nice.
time. I love that movie.
I'm super into Bollywood films.
So funny.
So
It's
cool.
always,
because they're so.
There's
funny.
what the fuck that it's gonna be. It's not my joke. It's a stand-up comedian. I forget his name. He did this great joke where he
It's
said,
like a guilty pleasure of mine.
yeah, where he said that most Bollywood films are just a woman hiding behind a pillar.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's just like,
yeah. It's like are you dancing? What are you doing?
and there's always a
Like,
guy chasing her.
Yes, always.
Which is like, there's a lot of pursuit in these movies.
yeah, a lot of it. Yeah. Well,
I think I love.
but they're just so different. Is my point.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They're like
Yeah.
crazy. They're out there. They're fun. They're not American. Typical shit.
It's kind of like this window that we never saw. Like it's almost like in the '60s how Fellini kind of introduced so many Americans, or even Leone introduced so many Americans to like Italian movies. We're like, oh, these guys don't fuck around.
Yeah. Like, oh wait, we have to make it good. Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
No,
thing with Japan too.
dude, Japanese cinema, Korean cinema, so good.
Korean cinema's insane.
so good. Like
They-
talk about militant. They like
Yeah.
everything is like.
Or just dark and sad. It's just like, ooh, I'll get off at the next stop.
But they like you do dark and sad over here, and then they do dark and sad. You go, oh, that's dark and.
Oh yeah,
sad.
it's fucking nuts. Yeah.
They're just. I don't know. I just feel like they're laser focused on doing it the way they want to do it, and there's no inhibition, and there's no.
Yeah.
They're just really good. They're
I
talented.
love one of my. It's spiteful, but I love that no one ever says Australian cinema, huh?
It's true.
Other than
that's
what's his
funny.
name?
Wait, that's funny. Crocodile Dundee. Yeah.
No. Andrew Dominic is the only like Australian filmmaker I know.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
actually.
Chopper and yeah.
That's another one. I mean, you never really see films from.
I don't want to. They should stay where they are in that
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah, that's true.
Racist towards Australians.
Can you be? Well, I guess the indigenous.
No. Just.
So
I
Josh
want
Kirk doesn't like indigenous Australian. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they should rise up and kill the. No, I'm kidding.
Stop. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's happening now, isn't it? That,
in South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what's the greatest thing is Trump made that guy watch. He's like, how about you watch this thing? Like,
So,
dude, what?
so whether you like him or hate him,
Yeah. That is a crazy.
He's the content president.
Oh yeah, he's like.
Kamala
he's
or whoever called everybody trash, and he shows up in a trash truck during the campaign. I
Dude,
thought it
he
was
is a
fantastic.
comedian. He's just a stand-up comedian. It's
It's
nuts that
hilarious.
Yeah, I know that everyone's had this take. It's not an original take.
No, but it's a similar mentality. I feel, and maybe I'm just reaching here.
Yeah.
but it's a similar mentality to the way that I look at the world. It's all fake.
He's just playing a game.
Exactly.
Well, no, that's why. Honestly, it sounds bad that I'm bringing up Mussolini again for the second time. But I'm not
Sure.
comparing anyone to Mussolini. I'm just saying that like I read a book. Who's the author? Ascara? I forget the guy's name. They ended up making a show of it on I don't know, some British thing. Luca Marinelli stars in it. He's an amazing actor. But it's called M, Son of the Century, and it's about Mussolini's rise and the rise of fascism in like the 1920s in Italy. And it's fucking nuts that like people don't realize it's like, man, most politics or most leaders, most anything just have to be charismatic enough, cool or funny or charming enough. Like there's certain things you're like, hey, love him or hate him. Like, this guy's a bad guy. He did a lot of bad things. But like, holy shit, does he know how to work a crowd? And it's just like, oh my God, all these guys could have been stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Like every dictator could have gone like, hey, what else I got here? So anyway.
Right. How about those airline? Yeah. Like,
dude,
yeah.
Gaddafi could have been like, what else? I got a tight 5 minutes on airplanes.
But I think these people, right? Because like there's a lot of NPCs out there that like just kind of move through life.
Yeah.
And the difference is between Trump and someone who just goes about their day is he wants more and he's not afraid to be like, to call out bullshit and be like, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, it is funny.
Like it just is what it, like he does. He's talking to people. Okay, so I went back recently. Recently, what time is it?
126.
All right,
That's cool. I got 20 minutes.
Yeah. So recently I went back and watched one of the Republican primaries from 2016 when Trump was first running. And you have like...
Was it Kerry or something? Or?
No. It was like Marco Rubio versus Trump versus Ted Cruz. And like these people.
Yeah,
so you have like Ted Cruz...
I'm not really political, I remember.
No, sure. But like, and that's my point, right? Nobody's political. But we're
Well, all the
political
undecided
now.
people responded to a person who was being funny. That's definitely what happened.
But hear me out. So like Ted Cruz is up there when they would answer a question, it's like, well, the American people tonight are da-da-da.
And they
right?
fall asleep.
Right? And then you go
Yep.
to Marco Rubio, and it's the same shit it's been for 300 years.
Yeah, then this guy's like, you're fat.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
literally, they go, Donald, they would say, Mr. Trump, would you care to respond? And I swear to God, everybody else is like, the American people are sitting at home tonight going, da-da. Trump goes, listen, everything sucks. I'm going to make it better.
Yeah.
It's the
not about
funniest. It's the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Why would anyone not resonate? Because if you're falling asleep and all of a sudden you hear this guy screaming from the, you go, I'm paying attention now. You look.
Oh, completely.
Immediately.
I mean, if you look at footage of like, that's the crazy thing. It's like I when I finished that Mussolini book, I just looked up a bunch of footage of him, and there's just nothing but him doing this. Like,
everything's dramatic. Well, he's Italian. Everything is like
that's true.
Everything's over the top.
he is. Oh, by the way, I love that I just hit a visual gag on a podcast.
Yeah, I
was
love
listening
that.
to that. I was
know.
moving my arms around, listeners.
Yes.
But yeah, dude. Like,
Yes, all three of you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead,
So, yeah.
I say that, but
It'd be so
like-
good if this is connected to an OnlyFans feed. There's just a couple Japanese businessmen watching us.
Yeah, I'll just put a big blur thing over it. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like I'm talking to you naked.
Yeah.
That's
that'd be
cool,
great.
man.
I'll do that. I will.
Yeah, I would tan pants. You could probably pull it off.
Yeah. Da Vinci Resolve. Great, beautiful thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of AI,
Yeah, right? Oh, dude. That's going to get worse and worse.
I don't know. I'm not worried about it.
I'm going to blackmail so many people.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they just signed a law. You can't do that. So
What do you mean you can't? Oh, you can't like do like the
can't do deep
the
fakes.
president of like Brown University kissing
Nope,
like a
can't.
dog.
It's literally illegal as of like yesterday.
Hey, lady, your husband fucks dogs.
Right. I have proof.
AI's like flagging it. This guy keeps blackmailing people with bestiality.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Listen, it's been a pleasure to have you, and it's
man, it's been
very
fun.
Very nice to meet you officially. I reached out to you because your work is fantastic, and I hope you never stop. And I hope I get to work with you soon at some
Yeah,
point.
man.
On
That'd be
something.
fun.
I think it'd be great.
I love
Other than that, do you want to plug yourself? Do you want to say? Because honestly, there are people that watch the shit.
Yeah,
So,
of course. Two things, joshkirk.co. Go there. And then second thing, I'm not kidding. CIA, I am available for any work. So if you're going to recruit me, I don't want to wake up in my bedroom and you're sitting in a chair. Just call, I'll be getting groceries. You go up to me and you go, I dropped this folder. And then you go, listen. And then you can start talking to me. I'd rather it be more approachable. But if you have to sneak in, don't break anything. But yeah, I'm down to work for you.
I love the way your mind works because you think like.
Thank you.
But you think like in movies.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, I definitely edit. Like we could have some fun edits right here.
Yeah, but seriously though, like you like fold a drop, like it's a scene. Like it is.
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
I can watch. I like the way you tell stories. I think that we need more of this, and we need more people like that.
Oh, thanks, man.
And it is cool. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure. So
Yeah, it's been a wicked lot. It's been hilarious.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. We'll see you next Monday. I think Steven's coming back, but
Oh, get him out of here.
yeah. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't. Thanks. We'll see you. See you next week. Appreciate it.